archipelagos included. Elysium. It does. There are those who would call it a term of hatred that originates, like many such things, with the petro-fascists. That's. I am, after all, bourgeois and female, hardly the perfect ambassador of the world. Bird? Venice? Ah, is the pier of Route de Saint-Ortu, a pre-revolutionary building, and new buildings, bâtiment. This one used to be 10 stories tall, a real high-rise by the standards of last century. Mostly the urban middle class, I believe. Primo, flats, flat. Wonderful. Girl in the old lady rags. Like a rebellious member of, yes, you and I belong to the culture. Common, the herd. The music on the radio, the food in the chain restaurant, those are all too popular for the girl in the old lady rags. Prefers a fantasy world, an infraculture, its own dress code and vernacular. It is an illusion, I'm afraid. There is no refuge from the supraculture. I can't. That's how simple it is. One may dye their hair green and wear their grandma's coat. All right. Next.
Suddenly, you're not so sure. You're part of the supra.
And what would that be?
She lets out an unrestrained laugh.
My reality impaired colleague is not so far. Many of the RCM's fashions, even weapon preference, borrow heavily from vest protection. My precinct alone has 3 officers who go by the name Ace. But please, do continue this reality. I was just remarking.
Yes, let's.
Six kilometers south of the Valley of Junior Officer Chad takes aim at a rabid black licking. To his left, his partner, Emil Mullins, whispers, "You heard what happened to Tequila Sons?" "Yes, he lost his mind," Tilbrook answers, fingers on the trigger. "Don't worry, Emil. We always..."
Who? You're an officer of the RCM. I so know. That's the de facto law enforcement body of post-revolutionary Revachol.
Yes, we are Revachol.
Yes, that means not de jure. The RCM acts in what is poetically called the twilight of international law, both at the behest of the coalition government and to its chagrin. Permit me to conclude with this. Who you are to me. And if those authorities drink so hard they need help recalling basic terms of reality, well, I am here to help. Less de facto law.
Yes, we are Revachol. We are.
Yes, that means not the jury. The RCM's responsibilities are defined by the Emergency Wayfarer and Aliments Acts.
All three are good to know, and we are output.
There's nothing basic about your role, detective. It's true that the R yet. On the other hand, I know these people. I deal with them daily. I tell you, dear, they are not fans of you. Revolution decade, disaster for the government. Revachol in the 20s was hell, especially on the west side of the river. Gang war. They called it the international zone because no nation wanted to claim responsibility. The RCM.
That's somewhat of an exaggeration. In reality, ours is a mutually beneficial. Revacholians get to keep the peace. The coalition doesn't have to work. Anyway, sorry to intrude. Please continue.
Yes, Lieutenant. Permit me to conclude with this. Who you are, to me, is the police. The only... And if those authorities try so hard they need help recalling the basic terms of reality. But glad to have been of assistance. Little that I know.
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly.
We can sit on benches after we solve the murder.
Can revisit the bench. Have any...
Still here, stuck in this damn jam, my man. What's up? I don't want to talk about that. Hoping it isn't her. All I can say is, she isn't around here anymore. She isn't some evil drug trafficker. I don't know where she is. A youngish woman. Rough, but in a cool way.
What color hair?
Blue and violet. Died. It was violet when she got here. Blue before she went.
Then she may have died at a...
Thank God I don't know. People here call her the Lady Driver. Kept her name a secret. Me too. Oh, I see. A friend? An acquaintance. I don't know. He was the only person in this damn jam I could talk to. She's someone I don't want to rat out to the law, okay? I don't want to. Please just let it go. Whatever she did, it can't be that bad. She's not a bad person. Know that much.
We can't just let it go. It's part of a police investigation.
That's how it always is with you, isn't it? All part of the investigation. The girl's troubled. You hunt her down, she may not survive it. I can't have that on my conscience.
Won't come to that. We won't pursue her.
I don't believe you. She's got the darkness. That young person's darkness when you think it's all over. Looking for a way out.
Shared this with you?
Yes. Why I don't want to snitch on her. I heard the rumor. I saw the other drivers look strange when we talked. She told me, too, that she's had a violent life. But I wasn't afraid of her. More like for her.
Did this violent life include drug trafficking?
Well, it looks like it did now. But we didn't talk about that. We talked about life, you know. Talked about her mind. The way it worked. Trouble it was giving. Fuck, man. Go someone else with these questions, okay? There are plenty of drivers here who couldn't stand her, or were afraid of her. They'd be more than happy to rat her out.
Push Tommy, break his heart, and his... Don't expect...
You're not gonna put a bullet in your head if you blow it, are you? She's on the edge, man.
Imagine it, an explosion of stars. Goodbye world of money.
Thank you, friend. Wow. Makes me feel like I should pick up smoking again. Help with my rhymes, too.
This door has been closed with a padlock.
What now? Of course.
Hello again, officer. Have you come to it? Not only have you found my address, given my biggest. I'm a coal miner. Yes, I keep hoping a shaft will collapse on me. Somehow, never happens. Does anyone city like this?
If there's pain about any particular home she's lost, she's buried it deep, fortified herself against it.
Shoot, Piggy. It's what you do, isn't it? What do I care about some fucking. Ugh, alright. Sad Piggy. I'll give. You're a little girl in the running around. Haven't been there. Villages. Have a good time. No, no. That's all the sneak. Actually, I don't. I have a weakness for animals. It's the animal.
Or a weakness for police officer. Thank you, Ed.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here. A shabby door hangs oddly, secured to the door.
Give me a moment. I see. I hope some good people finally go. This place needs them. Yes.
Your statement too vague to comment on.
I'm at the end of the way, right next to the bathroom. Ask away. Don't want to talk about Dweeters. Addicts, all of them. Sometimes men. They don't like.
It was dirtier. After the janitor's closet, she avoids the end of.
We saw unpaid utility bill. When they going to be evicted?
No one likes. Only because of the kids. I don't like talking to those people.
With how small these rooms are, wouldn't you want to break the wall?
The heck? Another nut job.
She mumbles some kind of a response, then hacks something into her handkerchief.
Ask away.
She mumbles some. Ruination. The broken arches betray the once grand history. It towered over the harbour, till a great force from the northeast fired in. Heavy artillery. Tenement acted as a defensive wall against the worst of the shelling, until it was destroyed. They had firing. The waves of the Martinez Inlet roll over the fallen remains. What didn't fall into the ocean, used as scrap. What wasn't used, scrap, thrown in. Those arches acted as support for something great. Only 3 stories stand where 9 to 12 are one. Restoration. What a fleet, the combined armies, Occident, Guard, they massed airships down in the Bay of Revachol. The artillery, many are still there to this. If you squint, you can just barely see the shadow. Far in the
coalition. That was a long time. I think we should move on.
He does not like talking politics. Mind. This door is made of metal. It has to be reinforced. Someone here really values their security. No one answers.
We should return tomorrow. Tomorrow at 9 p.m.
A row of mugs sits on the shelf. Each one depicts a human figure. Dark-skinned woman grinning amidst
Hello again. Welcome to Crime First? Did that?
doesn't feel like it's thriving. Feels ghostly.
First? Did that? It? Word with her.
Doesn't feel like it's thriving. Feels ghostly.
You're already doing browsing the shelves.
She's attempting to mentally direct you. Shelves. She only wants you to buy the goods. He doesn't care about.
Truth be told, not really. My sister brings in most. I'm sure it's all very, but you don't learn about the important fabrication. I provide a valuable. As long as you buy books, I buy. The truth is available if you look. You have to open and mind to understand. Shelves.
She's attempting to mentally direct you. Shelves. She only wants you to buy the goods. She doesn't care about. She smiles. Seemingly relieved.
Oh yes. How's my precious? The good girl. Must be kidding. Nothing like that happening. Good sir. What does a young child do?
Slap the cuffs on.
officer. Good work.
Yes, we've had quite enough fun here. Right.
The woman before you scans the store, shoulders rigid. Every now and then, she nudges her glasses.
Nurse?
Doesn't feel like it's thriving. Feels ghostly. The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extreme.
Oh, and from Dando. Very popular blood and violence, scantily clad women, epic narrative. Found to what matter? Same. However, customer is always right, they say. For a novice, I'd recommend Dalaman, man from Hyenda.
Rows and rows of Hyamdala men blur your vision. You make out some man from Hyamdal, maybe 100. Man from Hyamdal and the sages at the end of the world. The display rack before you is burdened under piles of man from Hyamdal. A small mountain, colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages.
Lousy there. I've heard they turn people that they have rituals where they try to summon any highly emotional.
Shelves filled to the brim with crime novels featuring shelves full of biographies of
I would say greatest innocence. Yes, certainly. Important educational tools, delving into the depths of religion, their relationship with power.
shelves full of biographies of famous people who This bookstore is not strictly amidst the various books. You find one written by someone. The point of the book, and many others on it serves platitude, while also telling everyone that wholeness, when it's up to your mind, various paranatural books still.
I can't have you end up like.
Hello again, sir. Oh, that's Auntie Billy. She's nice if a bit distressed. Oh no, sir. She's working with. I think she is a bad husband. Not very nice or helpful. The type of book where there's a rich lady, or there could be a story about a poor lady, rich man, about man and lady business. Some about other books. Crime fiction. About and it's kind of like a puzzle. You don't look much like a policeman. Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. More about books, maybe?
The dented yellow mailbox greets you with graffito and bullet hole, but the documents inside there still lack the required.
It's not going to be that easy. We need to dirty our hands with the signatures. I assume that's all.
I help you? We're already set for the night. Door is unlocked. Another thing. Great. I love them. Yes?
The door is closed. This door can only be opened with a key or from the inside. Still nothing. The lieutenant gives you quick. He doesn't like where this is. Still nothing. The lieutenant, he doesn't like where the... You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from... Light it up and suck the living shit out. Who knows what you are? A monster, a murderer, gnome of Jeroma. You feel like a smoker, especially when you look at that juicy, succulent, seductive cigarette stub, still smoke. How various. This renders it ineffective. You should look for holes, or better yet, an entire pack. Strike that. A carton.
The idea seems to expand.
Like a cat rubbing itself against its. Or you could not. No one is. Good. They'll make you stronger. You're plus smoking then. The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. The shards face outward. Never broke this came from inside. A fine web of scarring covers the right. More likely a projectile. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in up. It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for the shoe you found on the balcony fits the hole almost as a foot. Would have also been heavy enough. Congratulations. You smashed the window. Pretty much. But hey, at least you found your... Not that it will keep you warm at night. The bed is still cold from the broken. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned.
I've got nothing to. Why are you wasting? What are we going?
Why did you say that? Did you forget you're a cop?
Anything to.
Goddamn.
Anything? RC. Things to people want is of no officer.
Yes? Excuse me? Detective, I may be frank. You seem to be in a deranged. You have trouble remembering.
Oh, so you're an unaccountable wreck who has to be supervised. You don't have to take this. You can disobey.
You time? This is a police investigation, not a journey of self-discovery.
A moment passes. The lieutenant glances, sports watch on his wrist.
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again.
Looking for something? I don't know what you're talking about. Listen up, fuckwit. You cops don't run Revachol. You don't run Martinez. You don't run anything.
He means la puta madre.
A legendary, and not in a good way, crime boss from Jamrock controls what is probably a powerful organized crime out. Revachol. Looks like the lieutenant has a plan. Let him.
Yeah, him.
Then I presume you are familiar with it.
Yeah, his little bitches. Of them all over the unions.
Not just the unions. He has peonies. Some say he even has them in the dirty fucking.
The lieutenant adopts a rodentine quality. Be cool, sire. He's getting into this.
You're not. You wouldn't be drug thing.
No, of course not. We are not beer. But if we were, and one of Madre's drivers were to be stealing from him, then it's a...
He's surprisingly not bad at all.
It's not a hard job. Won't take a long time. Won't make Padre Madre. But a stupid fucking racist standing in the way, protecting this fucking thief.
I'm not scared of you or the mob. I'm under the protection of your eminent artist.
You've seen that corpse in the ceramic armor there. Did his shitty little guild.
You wouldn't just if you
lieutenant turns and gives you a barely... I've softened him up as best I could. Now it's on you to finish the job. The main thing is to not overdo it, even when you're trying to scare someone. Most important, how does it look to your resume?
What? What do you think we're right now? Front, outside, okay. There's some kind of homo thing? Make me.
Let's just go and ask Tommy. We are wasting our time.
It's not the most popular topic nowadays with Elysium. You're saying?
About the question. Don't read. Reality.
She is like a student unexpectedly called upon by a teacher. And she answered the...
I don't know. What about we're in as mankind?
What will her essay prompt be?
We're in Revachol, like on the You're welcome. Our government? Or do you mean else? Sorry, I really need... When ordinary people take over government. Democracy. Yeah, it happened like, I don't know.
The clock shows the time at 10:09. Hands seem to be still. It's apparent.
Oh.
The tear machine stand. Your bottles clunk into the machine. Do you know what you do with that money, kid? You should buy more alcohol.
Right to work! Right to work! Shame on you!
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I help you?
The unpromising race pupil returns. Racists are I am.
The drawings are precise and look true to their pseudo-scientific ambitions. One thing, however.
The side.
Your ear.
Yes. Your silence.
mister. I'm not gonna bother you with like we talked about before. I know you're probably a busy man being an important police officer and all, and personally, I think the more people, better. Oh, that one.
Told you.
Oh, yes. Of course, mister.
Mr. Dubois. Work, huh? That's right, Mr. Dubois. I see the socialist democratic fervor now burns in your heart, too. How can I help you today? My dear Harry, there are literally millions of containers in the harbour. I couldn't possibly remember what... I rarely do, Harry. I have people for that. Now, saying, yes, what's that, Harry? You're getting a little pale. Is it the words paranoid schizophrenic and lost gun in one sentence? Don't worry, it's just a lead. It'll probably turn out to be nothing. Great! Want to bounce something off your old friend Mr. Clare, right? Well, let's hear it, Harry. Absolutely, Harry. What's on your mind? What? Did I? Well done then, Harry. I like not knowing about it. I'm sure you made the right call. Spend the whole day delegating tasks, and it's a great relief to see people taking an... I don't even want to know what all that means. Brew, shady, alcohol, turned off. I'm gonna let the... Let's hear it, Harry. Of course, Harry, of course. Let's not linger on past... Most certainly, Harry. Nothing brightens my day like brainstorm... But of course, it's the least I can...
You can now go and tell Titus. See what he has to...
So, Harry, here's 5 real. I'm not giving... I'm just holding out 5 real. No, I wasn't offering it. Just holding it out there. But I'm willing. Is there anything else? By now, Harry, this strike is the culmination of many...
You mean our victim?
Security contractor. Imagine that. Well, I'm talking hardened killers from proxy wars in Feminine. Everything they did there, they brought over here. They want to turn Revachol into a third world slum. Honestly, the only thing... Kill the village elephant. No, Harry, the elephant metaphorical, and so... No, I haven't, Harry. Now, I haven't personally witnessed the brutalities out there. I have the luxury. If I need to go somewhere, they just... About my fun container, but enough about me, and one of them got...
By negotiator, you mean Joyce?
Harry, we got grit, Harry. This whole neighborhood does. Push us hard enough, and we push back. And when we do, we pushed... Potentially, Harry, there's a militant wing in...
That sounds a bit like...
They're like you guys. Idealistic, want to make sure bad things happen. And if...
Again, that sounds like organized.
So these idealists...
One day, Titus Hardy...
Aren't you worried we might arrest them?
No, I'm not at all worried about that. They're not the kind of men.
Despite his boastful tone, he's having doubts about maybe.
Certainly, Harry. By all means.
The pile of Eternite looks stranger now that Kuno told you about his dad. Because, unless Kuno lied, there it is. Be a shabby little.
So this is the shack Kuno mentioned.
Be still, my heart. The lieutenant isn't studying the powder in the mirror. He's studying you.
Perhaps not. This is below our pay grade. However, see that ladder there?
You take the legal documents out of the envelope. 12 to 40 month construction period and the zoning plan. The youth center cuts into the ocean like the bow of some great modern ship. Apparently, going to cover most, the youth center cuts into the ocean like the bow of a great modern ship. Apparently, going to cover most, if not all, of the street. The youth center cuts into the ocean like the bow of a great modern ship. Apparently, going to cover most, if not all, of the street and the square between them. Crinkled chewing gum. You feel compelled to point out that there's nothing fruity about cinnamon. Good question. They're drawn by regret. Stop. Or you can a youth rapper shrug? See, good question. Drawn by regret. Carefully. It's just a racist mug. But it would. It's the ledger you found in the trash. Cabbage of papers hanging from the board, with permeable drawer inside. It's barely held together by a clip. Then, yes, at last, you find a way to put it together using the alphanumeric code margin. HDB41, date of initialization, and time of arrival on the. Why, yes, your precinct number, every last alphanumeric in the files. Harry Dubois, HD. Still feels like there's something in from. This one is relatively easy to reconstruct. Overnight, 1202, a graffito, nay, a mural, appears on an 8-story tenement overlooking. The mural is enormous. 2 silhouettes, a man and a woman, are kissing. The text cut into their form reads, "True love only in the next world for new people." People call it that thing and that fucking thing. It's visible for miles. In 2 days, the station's complaints desk gets clogged with requests to remove the bummer. You and your partner are assigned to them. The graffito easy to track down. Only the bell lectures have the lead. The case files do not show you finding the author. Crew agrees to clean up after themselves. However, your partner, JV, is against the removal. Like the 9,000 people subjected to the mural's message, all of Lakeside, Central Jamrock, Villalobos, plus half of the eminent domain, participate in the vote. Although the case begins with, appears to be a lot of rambling on the streets as to how juvenile, stupid the is, given a choice between 2 options. A staggering 78% of voters choose to keep it. Turns out the opposition were allowed money. That love truly is possible in the world, and is too late for us. Did anyone ask you what you believe in, man with the smelly toilet ledger? What do you want to tackle next? Or are we done? Not much has changed in the meanwhile. A bunch of sodden papers still stacks from the cliff. Thin, see-through copier paper, a monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe cases allow for 1,000 real, but that requires special paperwork. The detail, these are quite sinister. They give a date and time for the person to appear at the specific dozen pages of thin copy. The rest of the stinking cellular is much worse for. It takes about half an hour to put one together, using the system you've devised. Murder. Tum tum tum. At the hookah parlor, beaten to death by a throng of Villa Lobos gang members when him and his partner J.N. Joseph Mills was on this case that he just couldn't solve. Was doing it solo. Said it was a real nutcracker. Mills didn't get off the pot. No, he was awful. Awful sense of humor. Okay, so the case is handed to you because Mills isn't getting anywhere, and you look into it. Here's the set. No, it's soot and water vapor. Yeah, really lame. So no one enters, no one exits. He's just sucking on his watermelon hookah all morning. Mills has no idea. Visible assassin. Prove it. See? You can't even read the thing without solving it. Yeah, it was that. Turns out hookah smoking hookah. Didn't you hear? I don't know. Trying to come up with a movie script, maybe. Anyway, not much has changed in the meanwhile. An intricate web of blue lines. It almost looks like the electron gone. For you to discover. Someone close to someone who knows about history. are several foot left by work boots. 8 pairs of boots shuffled back and forth. 1. Standard work boot. Steel ring. Is it? 2. Standard work boot. 3. Hobnailed. 4. Standard work. 5. Another stand. 6. Light as air. 7. A glowing outlet. 8. Another standard.
7 sets of That's all? Interesting.
Note to set. A leader like Titus doesn't let one of his...
I'm guessing that's the skinny hardy boy. Yes. It did look... I could still be wrong. But I'm probably 200.
He might be right. 200 kilograms living weight.
Possibly.
But why?
Yes, they could have used the...
Maybe the carrier wanted to impress his peers, demonstrate his physical...
Even easier to carry on a stretcher, or between 2 men. Interesting. Someone operating a workbench, the pedal, like a joiner.
He regrets it the moment he says it.
I don't know why.
The lieutenant clearly appreciates...
Perhaps it could be a driver. Driver would wear out their right shoe, left. The accelerator is on. Could keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential. Seems A week, maybe?
It is not.
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Havasha.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures. The man is The lieutenant adjusts his glasses, takes a deep breath.
You think so, officer? I need a little help for carrying.
There go those beautiful enamel boots. You will never own the full set now. May they rest.
Continue working here. The locals, case, and to your own business. I will meet you downstairs in the whirling tomorrow morning, 7:30.
This means Ken and Kisaragi leave the party tomorrow morning. Free to do side tasks in the main case, so it might. If you have nothing to do, books or sit on the bench on the plaza.
You sit on the wind-worn wooden planks of the bench. Your feet ache. You finally stop picking your nose.
Fuck, does Kuno care? So?
You should thank him.
What? Don't be playing Kuno off as a snitch bitch. Oldest trick in the book, people. Snitching. This is some ancient bullshit, people.
Kuno would.
You found a real nice button. Turned pulls on.
Yeah, you fucking there. Oh, that? No decapitates pigs. That's just a Kuno demo tape. Eh. What is this shit? Fucking on yourself.
Fuck your shit back to normal.
Well played. No one saw that coming.
That's where Kuno gets daily of electric. Kuno Shazam.
Bet you'd like to ride the lightning too, wouldn't you? You feel tired and old, but you could have that sparkle in you.
It's a vitamin pick. Don't you know anything?
You could use it.
Yeah, it's the mag. Fucking need that shit to stay on top of your game. Kuno goes.
Oh, teach him, Kuno. I'm gonna use it against you, Kuno.
You're not getting this pig. It completely takes away the hangover. Like you do anything. Like you stayed home playing with your.
Fuck you, pig. Don't do mag. That OD and you're gonna fucking die.
Good call, Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno about his king. Kuno doesn't.
I have really outdone myself.
Yes, that's what you need, Gaston.
Honey. Hello, officer. How might I be of assistance? Fine day. Oh, sweet Jenny.
Do not defile it.
His tone like he doesn't.
To her, all right. Lived on the street hour, and she was first girl back when the prick was 16.
And then you stole her.
Oh, officer.
Stole her from.
Well, technically, you
We were just boys then. No point starting this.
died of pneumonia 2 winters ago, honey, and I
Died.
departed. Never make up her mind about anything. She was always leaving one of us for the other, but never long enough to get married. Heck, technically, we're both still engaged.
You always can.
He suddenly remembers. You are still there. Falls silent.
Of course, memories are all we have left. I'm sorry, but I really don't share food.
Only one you have. Oh, that's good. That's very good. You must have other business then?
Like playing in the dark. Sharpens your nocturnal instinct. Feels like being on recon. Hardly. To the foot dirty. Like they did with this suicide sex cut.
It was probably a bit more complicated.
Because this place is a damn beachhead. Often the come is up first. Yes. Better coordinated amphibious landing.
He finds your lack of historic knowledge troubling. A sign of mental deterioration.
Martin used as one of the 3 footholds. Revachel. Operation Deathblow in 08. The other 2 are off in Stella Maris. Delta. This here is Blood Ground. The coalition boots first made landfall. Clean those rabid dogs out. Most likely, leg beton on the
Blood Ground.
Don't get me wrong, officer. I hate those folks, but the enemy of my enemy. There's the lesser evil. Yes, damn it. The rest of the city.
Well, to hunt down fault.
You don't even begin to truly understand the players on the table.
Thinking minions, these present one.
I'm sorry the 8 years of fighting those hyenas, boiling cats for food and drinking piss in the mountains, I would have preferred fight honorable King with Revachel.
This royal failure weighs heavily.
Instead, all that is just, truly, beautifully. This is This was the plan all along. This is what they want. Place the role of the suzerain with. Damn Frisell. A king we couldn't protect. Tarabani, he doesn't. That was 100 years ago. It got nothing to do with anything. The king, of blood and mind.
Some manner of self-deceit is present.
When is the king? Does everyone...
Soon, they will forget everything.
Killing Daddy as well. There's nothing for you to understand here. Not her death. I investigate.
His face is motionless, like a mob. Lorry stuck in the traffic jam. This big, heavy grass. The windows are bare. They've been recently washed. The driver has adorned his face with the back end of the cabin as a small perch to large ashtray. The book with ragged edges catches your. The front cover features a large, muscular. The woman is still hunched over the railing. Her head.
Huh? What is it? What do you want?
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here. What are you talking about, madman? There's no eighth Hardy. Or what? You eighth.
Actually, boss.
This person Glenn wants to hire.
Shut the fuck up, Glenn!
It has to be. Won't let you do it.
Sorry, boss.
Again.
Good one, Titus.
About fucking time. Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
I've got nothing to. Why are you? I am not.
Could be lit. Could be anything.
Even a mod. I went to look. I am an.
He's right. With a face like that, she could be on the cover of Debutant. Cold look in her eyes speaks louder than what. It's not her. She's not a hardy girl. Definitely.
I am not.
Could be lit.
Even a mod.
He's right. With a face like that, she could be on the cover of Debutant.
So fucking what? Lots of mob.
No. They aren't.
It's not her. She's not a hardy girl. Definitely.
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again. Of course, dear. Is there a particular the Col de Mama d'Aqua?
Col de Mama d'Aqua can also be translated as a whisper, right?
That is, they tried.
This lady really. Psst, they cancel each other out.
Psst, exactly. And these tests were performed so
Great regret. What?
After that, corpuscle appeared to have. Could be. As I said, what? Of course, dear.
The bed is still cold from the broken window. Not too inviting. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned Was that? Could it be the Col de Mama Dakwa? Probably just your ringing. Old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies. East silence. No one answers your call. Nothing happens after you doorbell. Silence. No one. Silence. No one's home. You hear the same waiting room music. This button looks new. You sit on the wind-worn wooden planks of the bench. Time passes. You wonder how your gun is doing. Hopefully. The bed is still cold from the broken window, and not too inviting, but it's yours. Earned it.